Hello everyone, welcome back to the Times Podcast here today. Today I'm just going to quickly do a, not really news video as such, because this has been no news for a while. I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in on the situation, and that is basically, Doctor Who is set to go in a more fantasy direction going forward. Rusty Davies said, I believe in an interview with SFX, that basically he's going to go in a more fancy direction, and that might annoy some Doctor Who fans going forward. Well, if you know me, you know my favourite series is Series 5, so that won't annoy me whatsoever. And I just think that's an exciting opportunity for Doctor Who. I think the fantasy elements of the show are a bit more difficult to handle. I think if you get them wrong, it can really make episodes struggle. Like, I think of Doctor Wood and the Wardrobe, for example, which is quite fantastical, and it doesn't hit the notes that it probably should for a lot of people. It's just kind of one of those episodes that people don't really like and normally ends up on a lot of people's bottom half of lists. These kind of episodes, I think, are great. When you get them right, they're fantastic. Amy's Choice, for example, very, fantastical and a bit all over the place, dreams and the magic of dreams and that sort of thing. That's really good. And yes, it is kind of based up by a scientific background, as most things are in Doctor Who. The reason that these new mythical creatures are coming through, if you like, is basically based on the fact that the 14th Doctor did the whole line of salt at the end of the universe. He basically shouldn't have done that because it opens the gates to all these weird creatures coming through, like the Toymaker and like the goblins that we had in Church-on-Ruby Road recently, which, as you guys will probably know, I didn't mind. I thought it was a good, solid Christmas special. And to hear that Doctor Who's going in a more fantasy direction, I think is an exciting opportunity. As you guys know, as well, Series 5 is my favourite of the whole modern era. I just love the entire vibe, and really the beginning of the Moffat era, I think, is more of a fantasy. I think, obviously, when Capaldi comes in and stuff, he wants to switch the show up, and that's understandable, so it kind of goes in a different direction. But as far as that first kind of episode and those kind of first few series, it does feel a bit more mystical and a bit more magical and a bit I think that's brilliant. And kind of the whole Amy and Rory romance is kind of built around magic. The fact that he keeps coming back and their love can't be broken, things like that. And I get that doesn't always work for some people, but for me it works well. I like it. I think it's fun. I like the fact that Russell's basically gone, this might annoy some fans, but I'm going to do it anyway. I think that shows how strong-minded he is coming into this new reign, and not that Russell's ever been too bothered about pissing off people. I mean, that's why he's brilliant, because he'll do episodes on anything, and anything he deems necessary he will write about. And I think that's incredible, and I think the fact that he's continuing to do that and take Doctor Who in a different direction to what he did originally is good, because I think Russell coming back and treading old ground, it was fun for a few episodes. Now I'm more excited for this 15th Doctor run, especially because I think there's more potential with it. I think you're kind of gate-kept when you have to kind of hit the old plot beats of old episodes, whereas in this, we're going in with a new, fresh start. Church-on-Ruby Road was a decent opener, decent start beginning. It was kind of shackled by the fact it was a Christmas episode, and those tend to be a bit more light because writers and directors and all that are aware that people watching this for the first time are most likely going to be really tired of a long Christmas day. Most of them have probably had a bit to drink. A lot of them would have had a lot to eat. So they know they have to make it light and fluffy and not too plot heavy, because it just won't run very well, and people will be confused, and they want to make it light and fluffy. We even got a musical number in the episode, and although I wasn't a massive fan of the song itself, I can't deny that thing was slightly catchy. But so yeah, we kind of dipped our toes in to the fantasy stuff in the recent episodes. Going forwards, we know there's going to be a bit more. We know there's some magical stuff going on with the Beatles, or at least it looks that way. We know that Jinx Monsoon is going to be in the next series, and as a villain as well. So who knows what the potential is there? It could be magic based. I don't know if Jinx is in the Beatles episode though. That's not confirmed or anything. I just assumed because Jinx is wearing like a musical collar, so I'd assume that that's the one that Jinx is in. Either way, I think it would be a missed opportunity to not have Jinx in a musical style episode, And get the Beatles in there as well. You're set for a nice little fun vibe. I think that's actually, we keep using the word vibe on this channel recently, but you know what? If Doctor Who is giving out good vibes, then I'm here for it. And one thing that I think is great going forward is we're changing up the formula a little bit, and it won't be stale. And at least that's one thing, is that Doctor Who should never be stale. It's actually more difficult to make Doctor Who boring than it is interesting. Ncuti Gatwa, as well, in an interview, did mention that there will be the boogeyman in Doctor Who, which makes me think of this. Yeah, actually, I would like to see the boogeyman in Doctor Who. Just randomly put him in the Beatles episodes. Put the boogeyman in the Beatles episode, just eating worms in the background in Abbey Road Studios. Actually, they probably wouldn't like that in Abbey Road Studios, so potentially not. But I'm down for it. The boogeyman is a great kind of concept that we all know. It's kind of an open concept, the boogeyman, really. I mean. But it's one, again, that kind of comes from a mythical fantasy background. So why not? It's another thing, like, why not? Go for the untapped potential of the fantasy elements. If we're going to be bringing more fantastical elements in, brilliant. We've tackled ghosts before in Doctor Who and werewolves, but there's always been like some scientifical background to it, which I'm sure there will be again here. Like, I always think of Hyde and how it's kind of a frustrating ending, because the episode itself builds up nicely. It's this ghost horror, and then by the end of it, it just becomes dull. And it's like, oh, these are two aliens. I mean, don't do that with Doctor Who. If you're going to go for fantasy, go full beam with it, and just say they're from another dimension or something. Don't backtrack and be like, no, they're scientifically these. That I don't need it. Just go all the way with it. I stick the landing, go for it, enjoy it, do it. Like, that's what I would recommend. That's what I would say to do. I just love fantasy, guys. I think it's a really great genre. Doctor Who and fantasy sort of go hand in hand, like Doctor Who and horror do. Doctor Who isn't just a sci-fi show. If anything, it transcends genre. So to me, just go all out with it. Go all out with the fantasy elements. But more importantly, what do you guys think? I know this video was a bit shorter, but basically I kind of want to be creating content for the channel a bit more regularly, and because the podcast isn't back to next week, I thought I'd just have a little discussion here. But I want to also say massive thank you to everyone that checked out the tier list video. That was the last upload. A lot of you guys have checked that out, and a lot of you guys have jumped on who are new. Much appreciated, because that was a video that was, it's quite a scary video, that one, to make. You get Doctor Who fans like to give their opinions, and sometimes they don't give it in the nicest way. But all of you guys that have been on that video, for the most part, have been super kind, and even the ones giving your opinions have been nice about it. So I really appreciate that, and anyone that's new to the channel, massively appreciate it. And if you're new from this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. We are nearing 400 subscribers, and I know in the almighty YouTube algorithm that's not much, but to me it means a lot, considering I've kind of been doing this basically this recent stint for about 6 months, less than that even, but it's actually gone really well. I'm happy that I've come back to YouTube, and I've been doing more content and this sort of stuff. So I do appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys' feedback on the videos and things like that. So much appreciated. Have a good day. Have a best Monday you can possible with the rest of it. By the time this is up, you're probably about to tuck into your dinner. So I will let you go. I did like the fact that on the Doctor Who desk calendar, they chose Decade Master for the first proper Monday of the new year. And I think we all agree, Mondays suck. But you know what doesn't suck? Doctor Who. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. Take it easy. Goodbye. I'll see you guys all soon.